of your life in prison.
Reaction of gang leaders getting life in prison. Hi and welcome to True Crime, a channel dedicated to the dark underworld of criminal activity carried out by gangsters, mobsters, cartel leaders, and others. From courtroom dramas to emotional outbursts, we witness the once mighty leaders confronted with the consequences of their actions. Experience the shock, anger, and desperation as they grapple with their new reality. As these powerful figures are stripped of their freedom, we delve into the ripple effects within the criminal underworld. Don't forget to subscribe for more captivating true crime content. Get ready to witness justice served. George Gold Thomas. George Gold Thomas, one of South Africa's most feared gang leaders. His name alone strikes terror into the hearts of both civilians and rival gang members alike, and for good reason. Thomas faced a staggering 50 charges, including 7 murders, 3 attempted murders, unlawful possession of arms and ammunition, racketeering, housebreaking, robbery, and more. Officials emphasized just how fearsome and dangerous Thomas truly was, with threats and intimidation directed not only at civilians but also at law enforcement. The sentence handed down to him was fitting for his crimes, life imprisonment for each of the 7 murders. Thomas's involvement in these crimes is nothing short of chilling. He personally pulled the trigger in 3 murders and masterminded the other 4 while confined to his prison cell. But he did not act alone. 6 of his gang members also received life sentences for their roles in the atrocities. Some of these crimes were even carried out under Thomas's instructions from behind bars. The remaining accused individuals received sentences ranging from 12 to 25 years, demonstrating the state's commitment to dismantling organized crime and crushing gang activities. The trial of George Thomas and his cohorts shed light on the deep-rooted gang menace that has plagued the country. Known as the 26 Seconds and 28 Seconds, these vicious gangs have wreaked havoc for years. The trial, which spanned a decade, covered crimes committed between 1999 and 2010, unveiling a web of terror and destruction. During the trial, Thomas's lack of remorse was evident. In fact, he seemed to bear a sinister smile on his face. More than 30,000 phone calls made while awaiting sentencing revealed his continued involvement in orchestrating further violence, including ordering the murders of witnesses. The toll of this case was heavy, with 12 individuals linked to it, including half of the state witnesses, falling victim to murder. Witness intimidation was so severe that the public gallery remained empty, with only journalists present to document the terrified testimonies. Yet, amidst the darkness, justice prevailed. Testimonies from witnesses and an overwhelming amount of evidence led to the conviction and life imprisonment of George Thomas and his cohorts. This case serves as a stark reminder of the relentless commitment to dismantling organized crime and the high stakes involved in challenging the reign of fear perpetrated by dangerous gang leaders like Thomas. Anthony Carpio. Meet Anthony Carpio, a member of the notorious Rockwood Street Gang, and his brother Michael. Their lives intertwine with 18-year-old Kevin Orieta, who found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time, the handball courts on the Cleveland High School campus in Reseda. In late April 2013, a seemingly ordinary day turned into a nightmare when Michael initiated a fight with Kevin. However, the situation quickly escalated as Anthony brandished a knife, relentlessly stabbing Kevin around 10 times. The young victim, an aspiring West Valley Occupational Center student, stood no chance against the senseless brutality. Recognizing the severity of their actions, the Carpio brothers fled the scene, seeking refuge in a vehicle driven by Michelle Pineda. The heartbreak experienced by Kevin's parents is immeasurable. They had imagined a future filled with dancing at their child's wedding, celebrating promotions, and eagerly anticipating the arrival of grandchildren. Never could they have fathomed that they would be planning their child's funeral instead. In the eyes of justice, Michelle received a 2-year sentence in county jail for her role in aiding the gangsters' escape. Meanwhile, Michael faced the weight of second-degree murder charges, resulting in a sentence of 15 years to life. Anthony, too, was handed a life-altering verdict, receiving a sentence of 7 years to life on the same charges. The untimely death of Kevin deprived his parents of witnessing his growth, development, and the milestones that make life so precious. Their dreams of dancing at their child's wedding vanished in an instant, replaced by an overwhelming sense of grief and loss. This poignant story serves as a somber reminder of the devastating impact that gang violence can have on innocent lives. It is a call to action, urging us to work together to create safer communities, protect our youth, and ensure that no more parents are robbed of the joys and memories they rightfully deserve. Lisandro Posada Vasquez. Lisandro Posada Vasquez, along with 4 members of the infamous MS-13 gang, faced charges for the brutal murder of Raymond Wood. Wood's life was tragically cut short after he was lured into selling marijuana to the gang. He was mercilessly driven from Lynchburg to Bedford County, where he met a horrifying end. Reports revealed the gruesome details. The gang rendered Wood unconscious, repeatedly strangling and stabbing him, even resorting to severing his right hand. The magnitude of this horrific crime demanded an extensive prison sentence, even with Lisandro's acceptance of responsibility. Throughout the trial, it emerged that Lisandro faced a litany of serious charges, including aggravated murder, abduction for financial gain, and gang participation. For his role in Raymond Wood's savage slaying, Lisandro was ultimately condemned to life imprisonment. Additionally, he received an extra 10 years for his gang affiliation and participation. 2 other members of the gang who were involved in Wood's murder received life sentences, while the remaining 2 received lengthy prison terms. Despite the chance to come forward early and accept responsibility, Lisandro showed no remorse for his heinous crimes during the trial. This absence of remorse was particularly unsettling, given the brutal nature of Wood's murder and the promising future that was taken away from him in such a callous manner. For Raymond Wood's family, this verdict finally marked a day of justice. The callousness and brutality displayed by Lisandro and his fellow gang members serve as a stark reminder of the perilous and violent world of gangs and the devastating impact it can have on innocent victims and their families. Alonso Quintana, a name etched in infamy. The story begins on June 3, RD 2014, when Simone Duran, a brave survivor, identified Quintana in a police lineup during an investigation for attempted murder. Tragically, her identification became the catalyst for her own brutal murder at the hands of Quintana and his accomplices, Abel Gallegos and Rennie Rosales. After kidnapping Duran, they callously took her to a motel, where they shot her multiple times and callously set her body ablaze using gasoline. The trial that followed was a damning expose of their crimes, with over 30 witnesses testifying against them and an abundance of evidence cementing their guilt. The impact of Duran's senseless murder on her loved ones cannot be understated. Her absence looms heavily in their lives. Each day, they wake up yearning for her presence, and their nights are filled with tears and anguish. The callousness with which this crime was committed, the utter disregard for human life, leaves a haunting imprint on their souls. During the trial, it was revealed that Rosales, one of Quintana's gang members, had already been convicted 6 times for various felony charges, including conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with deceased human bodies. Rosales received a staggering sentence of over 120 years in prison. As for Quintana, he faced the harshest punishment, a life sentence behind bars for his role in Duran's murder. Gallegos, another member of this heinous trio, received a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, along with an additional 163 years for a range of charges. The courtroom proceedings showcased their complete lack of remorse, as they remained callously indifferent to the gravity of their actions. Another case, that of Scott Marcus, a Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney, exemplified the impact of such crimes on victims' families. Reading a victim impact statement from Kevin's family during a trial, he detailed the shattered dreams of celebrating life's milestones such as weddings, promotions, and grandchildren. Instead, they were forced to face the unthinkable, planning Kevin's funeral. The judge's ruling resonated with finality, as the 2 brothers involved in Kevin's death were sentenced to spend the rest of their lives in prison. Emotionless, they were led out of the courtroom to face the consequences of their actions. The swift and decisive judgment by the judge stands as a testament to the justice system's ability to serve justice where it is due. It serves as a reminder that actions have consequences, and justice will be served even if it takes time. The impact of a crime on the victim's family should never be overlooked, for it leaves scars that may never fully heal. In the case of Duran and Kevin, their families will forever carry the weight of their untimely deaths, a reminder of the preciousness of life and the enduring quest for justice. Thank you for watching another amazing video from our true crime team. Like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned to our next real-life true crime video.